There's something that is changing. It's mine. Feels a continent decide to move. Takes 100,000 mornings and it has to prove nothing on the surface gives away the plan. Coffee and a Tuesday and a quiet man. I have been arranging for a very long time. Plates beneath the language I was told to mime. One day there's a tremor and the china sings. That's the only warning that a movement brings. Cracks along the wall. Nothing here is small. Tectonic slower than a life. Everything I'm building is beneath the knife. I don't need a decade to be recognized. Continents don't argue when they realize. Deep below and grinding under stone. Something enormous getting People want an earthquake with the date attached. Something they can film and something they can catch. Mine is in the basement doing what it does. Nobody applauds the thing before it was. Every skyline standing was a slow collapse. Somebody's foundation on a shifting map. Nothing about patience is a lack of force. Patience is the shape of the enormous course. Pressing to the scene of the uncommon dream. Let the soldiers coffee the end is calm. Underneath I'm rearranging every arm. Something underneath has finally decided. Something underneath has finally One more pound of body inside. One more train of fire. One more nobody answers. Grew up in the hallway with the phone up on the wall. Everybody's business was available to all. Learn the whole geography of who was on the line. Nobody had private and it turned out fine. Now I have a pocket that can reach the entire earth. Never call the people who could tell you what I'm worth. Something in the effort was the thing that made it count. Distance was a currency and now there's no amount. Hold the receiver. Hear the empty hum. That's the only kingdom that I'm from. Dial tone kingdom. Ruling over none, everybody's reachable. Nobody is cut. I don't want the network, I want a heavy ring. Somebody deciding I'm the worth of doing something. Drawing the low and sitting like a wire. Nothing in the signal is a fire. Come on. said the line has come undone. Sat there in the parking lot and let it go to gray. Everything essential has a last and quiet day. If you have a person you can reach inside a minute, please believe the minute is a kingdom with a minute. Nothing about later ever guarantee the tone. Half the world I loved is now permanently gone. Kingdom of the dial tone, humming in the hall. Everybody far away and nobody at all. Let the network offer me 1,000 ways to say I would trade the 1,000 for a hallway and a day. One, two, let's go. One long note and I get it. One long note and I hang it up. It's before a voice arrives. Found a box of tapes in the closet that I sealed. 19 and recording every feeling that I feel. Press the play, expecting to be laughing at the kid. Sat there for an hour at the honest things he did. Voice was thinner then and it had not been trained. Everything he wanted he had actually named. Nothing was ironic and there wasn't any hedge. Terrifying person standing right up on the edge. Something in the hiss is still alive. Somebody I buried to survive. Cassette Ghost. Cassette Ghost, singing through the years. Everything I flattened is the thing he still hears. I don't want him back, I want him in the room. Sitting in the corner while I finish what I assume. The low end wobbling on the rail. Everything imperfect is the real. Made a new recording on the other side of B. Told him what I built and what I bought and what I see. Told him he was right about the thing he wouldn't drop. Told him I am sorry that I ever made it stop.
If you have a version of yourself you filed away, please go and find him, he has something left to say.
Nothing about growing means you had to leave the fire. Half of what you traded was a thing you should require. Ghost in the cassette, louder than the tape. Everything he wanted is a thing I can't escape. Let the closet close and let the box collect its dust. I'm the one who's haunted and it's finally a trust. It's after the voice is gone. Everything that glitters got a price list. Everything glitters got a price list. But the whole idea at a very early age. Numbers on a paper are the measure of a wage. Wage is what a person is and that is what they're for. Nobody's disputing at the register door. Hit the target early and I waited for the shift. Everybody promised there would be a kind of lift. Sat there in the moment I had chased 411. Felt about as smooth as any afternoon in 7. Bought it and it's soft against the tube. Everything convincing isn't true. Fool's gold standard. Fool's gold standard backing every note. Everybody warns you about how the drop begins. Nobody discusses when the panic finally thins. Somewhere in the middle there's a mathematical piece. Air pushes back exactly as you increase. Lost the whole position in a quarter of a year. Waited for the bottom and the bottom didn't appear. Then a Tuesday came and I was simply falling still. Terrifying comfort in a permanent until. Nothing left to lose, it's not a phrase. It's a physics and it lasts for days. Terminal velocity, steady in the dive. Everything is dropping and I'm somehow more alive.
I don't fear the ground because the ground has not appeared.
Only fear the drag of what I fear. Rush the low and screaming past my Landing in the falling that is fear.
People at the top are always holding to the edge. Watch a man in 50 grip the marble like a ledge. He is more afraid than anybody down below. Never had a bottom and he doesn't wanna know.
There's a strange advantage to a person who is hit. Nothing left to threaten and there's nothing left to quit. Every risk is smaller and the calculus is clean. Cheapest kind of freedom that a person's ever seen. Velocity a terminal, holding at array. Everything that scared me is a thing I integrate.
Let the ground arrive whenever it decides. I have learned to live inside the ride.
Falling at a constant and it's fine. Falling at a constant and it's fine. Falling at a constant. Something ordinary moving very fast. Nobody expected anything from our address. Everybody local and the ceiling was a guess. Went to work at 17 and stayed for a land. Learned the whole machine and never called it heaven. Then a thing occurred to me at 3 inside a shift. Nobody had ever tried the very obvious lift. Wrote it on a napkin and I showed it to the boss. 6 months later everybody used it at a cost. Ordinary hands in one strange thought.
That's the only lottery I bought.
Blue collar comet burning past the town. Everybody watching and nobody looking down. I don't have a pedigree and I don't have a school. Only had a florin and unreasonable tool. Street the low and tearing up the sky. Something from the bottom going by. Half the guys are happy and the other half are sore. Understand them both and I have been them both before. Never wanted leaving, I just wanted it to work. Somebody has to be the one who does the jerk, yeah. Nothing about this is a lesson you can buy. Mostly it was standing in the same but still a why. Anybody's lucky could have been the one that flew. Difference is I showed it and the showing is on you. Comet in blue collar, cooling into stone. Everything I orbited was everything I'd known. Let them build a story with the genius in the frame. Truth is it's a factory and 11 years the same.
It's on, man, day.
going out of sight. It's something ordinary. Something ordinary moving their address. Everybody local and the ceiling was a guess. Went to work at 17 and stayed for 11. Learned the whole machine and never called it heaven. Thing occurred to me at 3 inside a shift. Nobody had ever tried the very obvious lift. Wrote it on a napkin and I showed it to the boss. Months later everybody used it at a cost. Ordinary hands and one strange thought. That's the only lottery I bought. Blue collar comet burning past the town. Everybody watching and nobody looking down. I don't have a pedigree and I don't have a school. Only had a flooring and a reasonable tool. Streak the low and tearing up the sky. Something from the bottom going by. Got to break. Half the guys are happy and the other half are sore. Understand them both and I have been them both before. Never wanted leaving, I just wanted it to work. Somebody has to be the one who does the jerk. Nothing about this is a lesson you can buy. Mostly it was standing in the same place with the why. Anybody's napkin could have been the one that flew. Difference is I showed it and the showing is on you. Coming in blue collar, cooling into stone. Everything I orbited was everything I'd known. Let them build a story with the genius in the frame. Truth is it's a factory and 11 years the same. Something ordinary going out of sight. Something ordinary going out of sight. Listen, thank you, we have you tonight. Listen, thank you, without any time.
Please and thank you with
Raised by a woman who could end you with a nod. Never raised her voice and never used a rod. Learned the whole vocabulary of the pleasant night. Politics, destruction, I had witnessed in a life. Nobody at dinner ever noticed it was war. Compliments and passing and a very open door. Half the guests departed feeling somehow less. Nothing you could point at in the tablecloth or dress.
fold the napkin, set it on the plate. Everything is civil and it's late.
Molotov Manners, gracious and aflame. Everybody's comfortable and nobody's the same. I don't raise my voice, I raise the temperature. Nothing in the room will be exactly as before.
Hiss the low and simmering below.
Everything is lovely and I know. Taught it to my sister and she thinks it is a curse. Says she'd rather shout and get the ugly over first. Maybe she is right and maybe I have gone too fine. Somewhere in the middle is a healthier design. I don't wanna recommend it as a way to move through days. Costs you every friendship that requires you to be plain. Only saying quietly that it is very real. Some of us were handed it before we learned please, and thank you when the fuse is out.
This is what we want. Nobody had leverage for the size of what we want. Just kept singing till his clipboard went inside. That's the only answer that we could provide. Nothing about this is a plan or a
everything I asked for, and I asked for it too. Sat there on a Thursday looking down at all the small. Realized the smallest was the thing I made them call. Went into elevator meeting just to think. Pressed the wrong direction and I watched the numbers sink. Basement had a hallway and a man who mopped the floor. Asked me if I'm lost and I could not answer for. 13 floors between the men and me. Nothing in the distance that I call a fear. 13 floors down, closer to the ground. Everything expensive, making less of a sound. Don't want the window, I want a working door. Somebody who talks to me like nothing more.
Drop the low and falling with the car. Nothing at the bottom that is far, 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 far. Drop the low and falling with the car. Nothing at the bottom that is far, far, far.
Talked to him for 20 in a hallway made of green. Best conversation I have had since 17. Never asked my title and I never said my floor. That's the exact reason I keep going back for more.
Every building sorts of send stacks of who is who. Elevators on a and it goes the whole way through. Anybody is a person in a box. Nothing about altitude has ever changed the clock.
Down the 13 floors and out into the street. Everything above me getting easier to beat. Let the corner office keep its glass and keep its high. I'll be in the basement having something like a night.
Doors open and the numbers let me go. Doors open and the numbers let me go. Doors open and the numbers let me go.
Everything I built, everything I built began as one thing. Nobody constructs a life from a satisfied place. Every column standing was a hole inside a face. Look at any tower and you'll find the empty room. Architect was starving when he drafted up the tomb. Mine is fairly obvious if anybody looks. Everything I made is a rebuttal to some books. Somebody decided what I was at 9 years old. Spent the next 3 decades making sure it wasn't told. Blueprint of the ache across the floor. That's the only reason for a door. Hunger architecture, long bearing and old. Everything I'm standing on is something I was told. I don't wanna fix it, I just wanna see the plan. Understand the building and then understand the man. Frame, low and holding up the weight. Everything I want is what I ate. Question is a hard one and I ask it in the dark. What would I be building with a satisfied heart? Maybe it's a garden and it's smaller and it's fine. Maybe I would finally have an evening that was mine. Not against the hunger, it has fed a decent town. Just would like to know if I could ever set it down. Every architect eventually has to live inside. Wondering if the building was a home or was a hive. Architecture hunger, beautiful and tight. Everything constructed from an argument at night. Let the tower stand, I'm gonna add a room. Something with the window that is not about the womb.
rocket start. Noise is a location for the heart. Loud machinery covering the thought. Everything productive is a thing I bought. I don't call it healing and I won't pretend. Only that the output is a kind of friend. Clang the low end, hammering the plate. Something in the rhythm keeps me straight. One day I'll shut it off and hear the room terrifying quiet in a private tune. Not today though, there's another run. Nothing gets discovered when it's done. This is not advice and it is not a boast. Half of what I built was to avoid a ghost. Still the building happened and it holds a weight. Broken reasons make a decent gate. Machinery of noise turning through the dark. Everything I make is a deflected spark. Let the neighbors wonder what the humming is. Someday I will stop and it will still be belt and gear and morning finds me. Learned every line for a night that never came. Standing in the wings for a decade of the show, knowing every gesture that the lad would never know. Nobody rehearses like the person who might not. Nobody's as ready as the one who never got. Watch them from the shadow doing half of what it needs. Sold out and adored and completely off the beat. Never said a word because the word is not my role. Kept it in a notebook and it filled a private hole. Somebody gets sick or somebody gets tired. That's the only door and I'm already wired. The understudy memorized and mean everything. The spotlight never got to clean. I don't want their ruin, I just want the floor. 20 minutes proving what I studied for. Wait, the low and counting in the wings. Everything I know is what it brings. Tuesday in November and the lid was on a plane. Manager came running with a look that said explain. Walked out on the boards and the room went strange. Everything I practiced came out rearranged. Nobody remembers who was standing in the dark. Doesn't make the standing any less of a mark. Every field is full of people who were never called. Half of them are better and they carried it all. Understudy walking to the middle of the light. Everything invisible, arriving in one night. Let the lead come back. I'm not here to replace. I just wanted somebody to witness what I chase. Curtain going down on a night that finally came. Babe. Two things left when the paper burns. Kept a running total of the favors and the debts. Everybody's balancing a column of regrets.
music was eating me alive. Nobody has ever balanced out and stayed alive. Cousin took 1,000 and he never said a thing. Carried it for 11 years and wore it like a ring. Saw him at a funeral and neither of us spoke. That's a lot of interest on a very little joke. Close the book and see what's underneath. Only word what you leave. Ledger and bone, that's the whole account. Everything I tally never changed the amount. I don't want the balance, I want the man back. Somebody to argue with about the stack. Wait, the low end settling like dirt. Nothing in the numbers stops the herd. Burn the actual notebook on a Sunday in the yard. Watched a decade curling and it wasn't very hard. Called him the same evening and he answered on the two. Said my name like nothing and I said it too. Half the things I owe to things I never spend. Half the things I owe will not be missed by them. Something in the keeping was the thing that kept me small. Letting go of ledgers is the only wealth at all. Born with no ledger, walking in the sun. Everything forgiven is a thing already done. Let the columns empty and the paper go to gray. I've got a cousin and a Sunday and a day. One thing left, and it's the good one. Something in the air is pulling mad. Oh. When a decade being nobody's first thought, learned to be a person that a room forgot. Then a season turned and I did not know why. Everything I looked at started looking by. Didn't change my haircut and I didn't change my face. Something in the carriage found a different place. Got the friends chemistry that nobody explains. Comes in like a weather and it stays so drained. Iron in the room begins to lean. Nothing in my hands, but it's between. Magnet season humming in the frame. Everybody orbiting and nobody's to blame. I don't want the worship and I don't want the swarm. Only wanna know what made the storm. Pull the low end, dragging at the floor. Everything is closer than before. Friend of mine is in it and she doesn't know she's in. Watches all the shifting and she thinks it's just a whim. Told her that it's real and that it comes and it will go. Enjoy the strange arithmetic and let the seasons know. One day this will lift and I'll be furniture again. Same as I was Tuesday and the Tuesday before then. Nothing about magnets is a thing you get to keep. Beautiful and temporary, that's the only sweet. dancing in the air is letting go. Nobody wrote it down and it exists. Never had a launch and never had a name. Started as a favor and it stayed the same. Somebody would call me and I know a guy. 20 years of that and now the thing is high.
Nothing on a website and there isn't any deck. Half of it is people and the rest is what I check. Anybody asking what exactly do I do? Answer takes an hour and it's mostly who.
Small letters covering the map.
Nobody has noticed there's a trap.
Lowercase Empire, quiet as a lease. Everything I'm running is a series of a please. I don't need the logo and I don't need the noise. Only need the network and the very careful choice. The low and running like a wire. Nothing about this is on fire. Now about this is on fire. Our course is on fire. Kid from a conference asked me for the strategy. Told him there is nothing that resembles one for me. Just a lot of showing up and being what I said. Boring as a hallway and it put me here instead.
Loud is a business model and it gently works. Costs you every evening and it hands you all the jerks. Mine is smaller, slower, and it lets me hold a fork. Anybody's welcome to a different kind of work.
Empire in lowercase spreading like a root. Everything invisible and every bit of it acute. Let the capitals compete for who is on the wall. I'll be in the footnote owning most of it all. Holding it down. Holding it down. Nobody wrote it down and it still grows. Nobody wrote it down and it still grows. Somebody finally said the actual thing. Sat in a meeting where the language was a fog. Everybody nodding at a very polished look. Nobody was lying and the whole thing was a lie. 20 years of practice at the not saying why. Woman in the corner who had nothing left to lose. Put her pen down slowly and she used the word we use. Room did a thing that I have never seen a room do. Half of it was terror and the other half was true. Once it's in the air, it doesn't leave. Nobody can go back to believe. The quiet part loud, ringing off the glass. Everything I mentioned finally has a class. I don't need an army, I need a single voice. Somebody deciding that a sentence is a choice. Crack the low and splitting up the some, and then the honest is a ball.
Nothing changed on Monday and the fog came rolling in. Different kind of fog because we know what's underneath. She got moved to somewhere with a smaller kind of room. Everybody knows and everybody knows the tune.
This is not a story with a satisfying end. Half of what is honest costs you more than you can spend. Still there is a difference in a building that is hard. somebody remembers what was said.
Metal that's been out in the weather. One thing at 20 that of the second wind, breathing in a line. Everybody broken and precisely on time. Let the world discover us and give it all a breath. We'll be at the track before it understands. Everybody here is going home fixed.
Flashing It has no hour. Trash against the wall in a color nobody picked. Magazine from April and the clock is barely ticked. Everybody's private and there's nothing that is said. Everybody's holding up a very heavy head. Man across from me has a folder in his hands. Opens it and closes it and clearly understands. Never made a sound and never asked a thing. Best behaved and worst off person in the wing. Nothing to be done and nowhere else. Everybody waiting on themselves. Waiting room weather, gray without a sky. Everybody's living in a temporary why. I don't want the answer, I just want the door. Anything that isn't sitting anymore. Still below and holding like a breath. Everything's suspended short of death. Nurse said a surname that was not remotely mine. Man across from me got up and made a kind of sign. Wish me something silent with a lift of the chin. Best thing that has happened since the day I entered in. Half of any life is spent inside a room like this. Nothing is deciding and there's nothing you can miss. Terrible and holy in a way I can't explain. Everybody equal in the corridor of pain. Weather of the waiting room breaking into name. Somebody says mine and it will never be the same. Let the chairs stay full of everybody's afternoon. I'll be down the hallway and I'll know it very Fluorescent noon and I stand up. Fluorescent noon and I stand up. Beyond my clouded heart, a tiny light is calling me. Even in a place no one can see, it's clearly lighting up my future. It's okay to carry my weakness. The moment I step forward, I can shine. Let the light inside my chest glow. I can go beyond the darkest night. Before the names, before the noise, there was a fire, there was a choice. No map drawn, no rules to read, just a pull inside of me. I didn't know where it would lead, only knew it felt like me. Every step was undefined, but I trusted what I find. I tried the masks, I tried the lines, borrowed shapes, borrowed time. Every role I thought I'd play fell apart along the way. But truth kept tapping on my sleeve, saying you already are, just breathe. I stopped running from the sound of who I was before I doubted. I don't chase what I can't see, I listen to what's calling me. In the quiet, clear and deep, I hear myself speak. Born to be more than doubt, more than fear. I don't need a prophecy, I'm already here. Born to be. Born to be. I don't wait for certainty, every breath is proof to me. I'm becoming what I see. Born to be. Born to be. Yeah, I don't need to fit a frame or carry someone else's name. What I lost taught me the cost of pretending I was not. Every scar, every delay only showed me my own way. I don't rush, I don't retreat, I arrive with every beat. I don't chase what I outgrew, I don't ask for someone's view. Every answer starts with me, I'm enough to believe. Born to be more than silence, more than need. I don't borrow destiny, I create it when I breathe. Born to be. Born to be. I don't wait for doors to open, I become the reason open turns into reality. Born to be. If the road bends, let it bend, I won't shrink to fit the end. Every step rewrites the key, I become what I believe. No disguise, no alibi, I don't dim to justify. What I am is what I see, I become what I believe. Born to be more than what they say to me, I don't need permission slips to live the life that's calling me. Born to be. I was never incomplete, every doubt that followed me led me here eventually. Born to be. I didn't find my destiny, I remembered it. I used to stand behind the line, watching others crossing time. Every doubt knew my name, every hope learned how to wait. I didn't run, I didn't hide, I kept moving stride by stride. What I lost and what I found built the ground I'm standing on now. I don't flinch at all the sound, I was here before the crowd. Look at me now, I'm not reaching, I'm found. No spotlight showing me how, already know my crown. Look at me. Look at me. I don't flinch at all, decide